I'm Carrie Peters, a recognized thought leader in the Microsoft Dynamics community and a Microsoft MVP for business applications. Welcome to the Get Your New View podcast. Keep listening to learn how we work with frustrated business, central, and NAV users who struggle to use their systems and find the answers that they need. We teach them to truly understand how the system can support their business processes to make immediate and lasting improvements. As a result, they get more done in less time, make better business decisions, and even love their system. In this next season of the Get Your New View podcast, I'd like you to meet Kim Congleton. Kim and I are the co-owners of New View Strategies, and this season, we'll be talking with you all about change management and cheese. Hey everybody, it's Kim and Carrie. We are back, and we're talking about why are there 5 different cheeses on my plate? And what we're really talking about in this episode are the 5 different types of people when it comes to change. So Kim, why don't you tell us about those 5 different kinds of people?
Yeah, so like on any project, we all know you're going to have lots of different personalities and people that you need to deal with as the project moves forward. So generally in project management trainings, they kind of break down most of people into 5 different groups, and there can be any sort of combination of names, but essentially it's the same kind of types of people. So the list I've kind of been using the last couple of years is like the first group you would have would be the pioneers. And so these are the people that they're always going to embrace new stuff. They're always early. Sometimes people call them early adopters, but they're always those people that are at the front of the line. They're ready to ride that new roller coaster, no matter where it goes or how fast it goes, if it goes upside down or anything like that. They're always going to be front of the line, right? I like to kind of say that maybe these people are on the bleeding edge of technology. Like they're always kind of pushing it. Then you kind of have the yes people. So they're the people that when you ask them, they're going to feel like, yeah, I'll be a part of that, and I'll get on board with that, and I'm going to support this and do what I need to do to get this done. Then you've kind of got the next group, which would be your followers. And they're the people that, I see these other 2 groups kind of going forward. I'll jump on board. It looks like maybe it's a good idea. Yeah, I think it's good. Then you have the skeptics who are, and we all know who these people are. They're like, I don't know if this is going to work. I'm not sure, maybe not. I'm not sure how it's going to be. They're going to ask all those questions about, what's really going on here? What's going to happen? What does this mean to me? How is my job going to change? Or I don't think that'll ever work. There's no possible way we could ever not have paper in the warehouse. That automation stuff is never going to work. But usually maybe if they see the followers and the yes people and the pioneers, eventually you may be able to convert them to being on board. Then you have, and this one I like a lot. So then you have the cave people. So, and it's just kind of an interesting analogy and is why I use this one. But so cave stands for Citizens Against Virtually Everything. Oh. So no matter what, this is not going to work. It's not ever going to work. We can't change this. Our processes are too complex. There's no system that will ever work in the history of the world for us. Yeah. So we kind of say in any project, you've kind of got to figure out what's my mix, what is my mix in this group, and how am I going to address each of these mixes as we go into the project. And I don't know, Carrie, I think if I look over the last couple of projects I've been on, it seems that I've had more 4s and 5s, like the skeptics and the cave people, than I have maybe the 1s, 2s, and 3s. Yeah. But it is really critical to figure out, what is your mix? How do you deal with that? And what's your plan to deal with that and address it? And, this kind of goes back to those soft skills. And I know we talk a lot about that. And each of those different types of people are going to require a different type of soft skill. So I don't know, Carrie, I know you have a lot of really good approaches for dealing with cave people. So maybe you could talk about like one of the approaches that you use to deal with somebody who says it's never going to work.
Right. Yeah. I think one of my favorite techniques to deal with the cave people and even the skeptics is to do a session of what's not working. So I really like to let people in a public forum just get it all out, put it all up on the wall, and see what the list is of what isn't going to work. And I think that the most interesting thing about this is that even in a group setting, which can sometimes be a little risky, right? Eventually people run out of steam and then they have to change the direction that they're thinking because people just naturally won't go on forever. So I've never had somebody who is literally able to tie everybody up and just keep them forever on this. Eventually they run out of steam. And then you have all the objections out in the air. You know what you're up against. But the really cool thing about that exercise is that then you can talk about, well, what will work? And those folks are forced to come up and participate with what the possibilities are. And I very often see people really turn around their thinking because they've gotten all of the mental stuff out of the way about what's not going to work. And I push it to the nth degree, right? The question is always, and what else? And what else? And what else? And sometimes asking that question and then being quiet, right? To make sure that they have time to speak, right? That's really what that group needs is they need time to speak. So making a space for that is a great technique for that. But then you have to do the other piece, right? You have to push to, okay, what will work? So that's one of my favorite things. I'm sure there's lots of other techniques that people use, but that is one that I use more often than not just because I've seen it work so many different times.
And I think too, like it's interesting you bring that up. I've seen too where you're having a session like that, and then some of those pioneers and yes people will kind of start pushing them. Like you just can kind of stand back and you kind of get it started.
Yeah.
And then it's interesting how the group will also kind of challenge them and help them kind of change their thinking. It's really exciting when you can get a group to do that themselves.
Right.
Yeah.
What is it? A rising tide lifts all ships, right? I always love that saying. And that's really a great example of that group will help each other to move in the right direction just by going the wrong direction for a while to begin with. So just to let them get that out. So yeah, the people skills and understanding these different types of people is absolutely a big part of change management. And it can't just be about, like you said, probably in our first episode, the project management and, what the plan is and what's on the Gantt chart and what the schedule is. Understanding the people who are involved and how you can help those folks to help each other through the change is critical because those skills are going to be useful, not just with whatever project you're working on, but as they work together as a team with your business. So well worth investing some time and really giving some understanding about what those fears are for those different groups and recognizing it and putting it out there. Very good. All right. So what is our assignment for you here? Write down the 5 different types. Right? So we had the pioneer, the yes people, the followers, the skeptics, and the cave people, right? Give yourself 5 columns and put the names of your people in those columns. So it's interesting to really think that through, and it may help to bring some things to light as you examine what the makeup is of your group and how that's going to affect your project. And really spend some time to think about those groups of people and how you can help them to get past their fear of change, how you can help them to maybe temper their enthusiasm for change on the other end of things, and how that's going to work for your project. So for a cheese, we really wanted to have 5 types of cheese, and I think we might have more than 5 types of cheese. I've got a really lovely cheese board that I've been playing with here. So I'll see if I can get that on camera so you guys can see that. Kim and I really have no particular order on this other than we just really love cheese. So we are going to go away and we're going to eat 5 different kinds of cheese because we can and we have them today. When we come back, we are going to talk about assessing your appetite for change. So how much change can your organization take? We'll go eat some cheese and we'll see you back in a bit. I'm Carrie Peters. Thank you for tuning in to the Get Your New View podcast. For more episodes like this on YouTube, click the subscribe button and ring the bell to ensure that you get notified whenever new content comes out. If you're listening to the audio podcast, please share an honest review on Apple Podcasts. If you are ready to rethink today for tomorrow, look for the link below and contact us to speak with our expert team. You won't find the level of no-nonsense real-world experience we offer anywhere else, and we're here to put that experience to work for you. Do you think you could use more features of your software if you just knew how? Are you frustrated with inefficiency that never seems to get better? Did your team ever really get good training to understand how to use your business software? Do you suspect there just has to be a better way and you don't know what it is? We believe every company can benefit from increased efficiency and higher utilization of their software, and that it's possible to have fun while learning exactly how to do that. The experts at NewView Strategies work with frustrated Business Central and NAV users who struggle to use their system and find the answers they need. We teach them to truly understand how the system can support their business processes to make immediate and lasting improvements. As a result, they get more done in less time, make better business decisions, and even love their system. Please contact us at getyournewview.com to get started.